Trump pulls nearly $1 billion away from California. On Thursday, the Trump administration announced that they're planning on pulling $929 million in federal funds away from California's high-speed rail project, which has turned out to be a major failure. The US Department of Transportation said that the officials of California failed to make reasonable progress on the project and they didn't meet federal requirements either. According to the Department of Transportation, there is still another $2.5 billion that has to be granted to California, so they are actively exploring every legal option to recover this money as well. Check out what the Stars and Stripes reported in relation to the growing conflict. The US Department of Transportation said California officials failed to make reasonable progress and had not met federal requirements for the project, but the decision is always consistent with President Donald Trump's penchant for sparring with leaders to the liberal-leaning state. After Gov. Gavin Newsom in February proposed reducing the scope of the rail project, Trump tweeted that the project was a green disaster that wasted many billions of dollars. They owe the federal government $3.5 billion, Trump tweeted. In addition to revoking the federal government's agreement to contribute $929 million to the project, the administration on Thursday said it continues to consider all options regarding the return of $2.5 billion in stimulus funds. California officials have argued that Trump's move to pull federal funding from the project was payback for the state's opposition to Trump's promised border wall. This news seemed to greatly anger the Democratic governor of California, Gavin Newsom, who called the action an illegal and direct assault on California. Just as we have seen from the Trump administration's attack on our clean air standards, our immigrants' communities, and in countless other areas, the Trump administration is trying to exact political retribution on our state. This is California's money appropriated by Congress, and we will vigorously defend it in court, the governor said in a statement. Earlier in the month, Newsom announced that he was going to cancel the high-speed rail project, claiming it would cost too much and respectfully would take too long to complete. Newsom also mentioned that he still wanted a portion of the money to complete a small portion of the track in Central Valley. I'm not interested in sending $3.5 billion in federal funding that was allocated to the project back to Donald Trump, Newsom said to state legislatures. President Trump seems to have other plans for where the money should be spent. Earlier in the year, the president announced that he wants to use the money on the border wall. California has been forced to cancel the massive bullet train projects after having spent and wasted many billions of dollars. They owe the federal government $3.5 billion. We want that money back now. Whole project is a green disaster, the president said on February. If successful, the $3.5 billion would be used towards a large chunk of wall along the southern border. What are your thoughts? Do you think the money should be spent on the border wall? Let us know in the comments below.